Hey, what is up, ntdailyradio.com? Thanks for tuning in for another edition of the Clubhouse. I apologize for our brief hiatus that we've gone on. Been a busy time with midterms and everything, as I'm sure everyone can understand. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. We've had a lot of action, a lot of teams in action recently and coming up on spring break. Lots of teams trying to get a couple competitions in before taking a week-long break. So first of all, let's jump into it and say huge congratulations is in order for the wrestling team. They took their back-to-back Southwest Conference championship this past weekend. They placed 7 men and 5 women in the national competition. So congrats to them and good luck on the national scale. Way to make UNT proud. UNT sailing team, they came in 3rd out of 9 at the Barnyard Bazaar Regatta hosted by Texas A&M. I can't say I know a lot about sailing, but anything called the Barnyard Bazaar is good with me. Men's lacrosse, they're on a 3-game winning streak going into spring break. They grabbed wins against Texas Tech and Houston, as well as Dallas Baptist in a 4-overtime thriller on Tuesday night. So they'll be back after spring break with a game against Oklahoma in Norman on March 25th. They're looking to make the playoffs, need to grab a couple more conference wins. A crazy story out of the baseball team. So they were playing SMU at North Dallas High School this past weekend for a 3-game series, and on Saturday hit a foul ball that hit in a nearby apartment complex. That led to one of the residents complaining to the police, and the police came and actually shut the game down. So they're working on a reschedule. You can follow at UNT Club Baseball on Twitter for any updates on that. The rugby team absolutely dismantled Baylor 75-3, and granted, I'm not 100% sure on how rugby scoring works, but I want to say 75-3 is probably a bit of a beating, so congrats to them. They're going to be preparing for the National Sevens tournament in Kansas City on March 25th when we are back from break. The club soccer team won their season opener against Abilene Christian 3-0, so congrats to those guys. We had Andy Huser of the UNT cycling team came in 3rd at the Arkansas Classic. He's coming off a 2nd-place road finish and a 1st-place time trial finish at the LSU Classic the weekend prior. So UNT cycling team still in full swing. We had the powerlifting team competed in a USAPL competition in Arlington right before spring break. They're going to be hosting the Mean Green Push and Pull event on March 25th. That's going to be open to all students and will begin at 10 a.m., They will use the proceeds for that event to help pay for their national tournament. So if you have any interest in powerlifting, go ahead and check that out. You can get more information on their Facebook page. We have the equestrian team had a member finish 1st in the Western and English competitions at the 50th Annual Intercollegiate Horse Shows Association competition this past weekend. So congrats to those guys over there. And lastly, we had the UNT Running Club just recently announced that they're going to be helping host the Adventures in Autism 5K at the South Lakes Park on April 22nd. Registration for that race is now open, and more information can also be found on their Facebook page. And yeah, that's all the action we got going on here for the UNT Club Sports, at least all the action that I could find information about. So I want to thank you again for joining us on the Clubhouse. For more news and information, you can follow at UNT Clubhouse on Twitter. But otherwise, I have been your host, Jason Feltz, and I hope you have a great spring break. We will be back with you again soon.